Welcome back in. It is 6:44, and most of the events for Fleet Weekend Flyover, they're going to be happening around Baltimore City. But Martin State Airport in Baltimore County, they're getting in on the fun too. WMAR 2 News' Abby Isaacs is taking us there for today's Trip That Makes Sense. So, Abby, what's going on at the airport there this weekend?
Well, they'll have free open admission the whole weekend, and they have 6 vintage planes on the tarmac that people can get up close and personal with, including this one. They can actually take tours inside. So I'm joined by Jim and Gus. So they are going to explain to us the significance of this plane. They actually work for the Glenn L. Martin Maryland Aviation Museum. So can you talk to me about this plane?
Well, you're looking at a vintage airline from 1951. This is the way you flew when passenger flight first started. I'm 6'1", and look at all the leg room I've got. And this is the way people flew. People dressed up then. Everybody came out in suits and their best to go flying. It was an event. Now flying is kind of like being on a bus, but we're looking at an airplane that started in 1951 before the jet age. And now you can come out and visit at the air show this weekend and see what flying was like in the golden age.
What is the significance of people being able to come out and, get really close to those vintage military aircraft and also get inside this plane, Jim?
Well, this particular aircraft was the first pressurized commercial airliner, and that meant that you could fly above 10,000 feet. Up until that point, you had to fly below that. So it was important, and it was a milestone for aviation.
And Gus, can you also just talk about some of the other stuff that you guys have going on aside from just coming in and seeing inside this plane?
Well, you can come and look at all of some Navy vintage airplanes that the Navy flew. You can see one of the examples of the airplane that John McClane was shot down in, and you can visit us this week. And Navy is kind of big in Maryland. We have a big Navy heritage, and we're trying at the museum to connect to that heritage by putting some antique airplanes that the Navy flew. And we'd let you come out and see them and look around. And it's open house and free, fun to be had by all.
And there's also a lot of history about the Middle River, right? I mean, you were talking to me about Rosie the Riveter.
Yep, Rosie the Riveter. And this airplane we're standing in was built right here at Martin State Airport. So we built a lot of airplanes here in Martin State, warplanes and passenger planes, and the first transoceanic airplane was built right here at Martin State.
What do you hope people take away if they come out this weekend?
Well, most people in the Middle River have a heritage at this airport. Hope to take away and see what their ancestors did and what they can do and keep aviation going in Middle River.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So the open house is this Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, there is no parking on airport property, but they're going to have separate lots. You just follow the signs for those, and then they'll shuttle bus you over to the airport to have all the fun. And it's all free, so why not? We are live at Martin State Airport. Abby Isaacs, WMAR 2 News.
I can't get over the size of the seats and all the legroom on that airplane there. Man, things have changed over the years.